Hello there, Tom Hayden Millward here for What's on Stage. Now, you're probably aware of our West End versus Broadway series in partnership with our New York sister site, TheaterMania. And if you're not, then go and check out those videos as soon as you're done watching this one. But today, we have a first for you. With the manga musical Your Lie in April currently being staged in both London and Seoul, we thought we'd take the opportunity to pair up two actors playing the same role for a special West End versus South Korea episode. So ladies, over to you.
Hi! Oh my gosh, it's so cool. This is crazy. What time is it where you are?
What camera?
No, what time is it where you are?
Oh, right now is 5:05 p.m. What time is there?
It's 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Oh my god, the time difference is big.
I know, it's crazy, but it's so cool that we're talking to each other. Thank you, What's on Stage, for bringing us together to talk a bit about our roles as Tsubaki in Your Lie in April. I'm in the UK, obviously, and it's so cool that you're calling in from like Seoul, which is, yeah, really cool. And I'm so excited to get to talk to you about this character, because yeah, it's very interesting that we're both playing her in like different productions right now from across the world. So yeah, what do you think your favorite thing about Tsubaki is?
Well, I think, actually from the bottom of my heart, I can say that Tsubaki is scene park. it's like, I've been like that in my whole life. Actually, when I was when I was teenager, Tsubaki, it was just like me. So I was like, can I actually play me on stage? Is that okay? But like her personality is and her love about the like softball and like sports and her like heart about like her friends and also like her just everything, like her good vibe and also like, you know, friendship and just, you know, her passion it's just like me. I felt very close to Tsubaki actually.
Yeah.
It was really fun and like great to play her and just, you know, sometimes it's like, is it okay to be me on stage? But you know, as long as that explains Tsubaki, I think it's fine and it's really fun.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the biggest difference between me and her is that I cannot play softball. And like, our director was like, oh, here's a softball, you're gonna throw and catch it on stage. And I was like, yeah, it rolled off into the audience a couple of times because I am useless at catching it. But I think, yeah, she's so feisty, and it's really fun to get to bring out that like side of myself on stage as well, because the way that she's just so sarcastic with like all of her friends, but she's really, really loyal. I think that's one of the I really resonate with her about. Yeah,
to be honest, softball is not my thing. So, you know, in rehearsal, I actually practice like throwing and catching it. Yeah. And in rehearsal, one time I throw it and just couldn't catch it in front of everybody. So I felt a little bit ashamed, but it's okay. It went well.
Hey, that happened with me as well. Like, they were like, maybe we should reduce the amount of times you throw and catch it on stage just in case.
That's true. Yeah.
So it happened with me. Like, I don't understand. Like, they have to be able to sing, dance, act, and throw softballs. It's a little bit hard.
Okay, so my first question is, how is manga musical theater is approaching to the audience in West End in London? I felt because it is, well, since it's Asian like manga, and I just want to know how it's giving like different things to the audience.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's so interesting and so much fun to watch this like manga musical like happen in London, because there are so many fans of like anime and manga in London itself. So we see a lot of like different audiences come to the show. There are very young audiences as well, which is super exciting because obviously musical theater is like such a an art form that is sort of started so long ago, and patrons are getting older and older. So it's very cool to get to introduce younger people to musical theater. We've had a lot of fans that are really big fans of Your Lie in April, and they'll come and they'll say this is their first ever musical theater experience ever, which I think is like so exciting. It's so cool that we're bringing new audiences to the theater. But also, I think because manga has, at the heart of the story, it's just like a very, very, obviously sad, but it's a story with so much heart in it. But it's also a lot of fun. So people never really know what to expect when they come in, but they always leave having sort of tasted like a little bit of everything. Like people say they cry and they laugh and they have like such a journey with these characters. And yeah, it's very interesting because I think the genre of musical theater is very fitting for manga and anime, just because obviously we're like singing and dancing and doing these big numbers and the stakes are so high, but they also are in anime, like those huge changes in emotion where these characters are like really, really happy and then really upset, all like, you know, within the space of a couple of seconds. So musical theater I think is really apt. But over in Korea, obviously, like anime and manga are so big as well, just because like it's all in Asia, right? So how do you think like audiences have been receiving the musical as well? Like how have they been enjoying it?
Oh, actually, well, there's a slight difference in between like Korean and like in Korean manga and Your Lie in April. So there's like a little bit of character difference, like how we express our emotions, and also, you know, just like in between the lines, how we, you know, just express our feelings. It's quite a little bit like different the way we express it. So it's really fun to show that character in like different ethnicity.
Yeah.
So that is like really challenging, and also we learn like different culture and how we approach to it. And so I think it's very fun, and the audience actually loves. They come not knowing the animation, but after they see it, they just fall in love and, you know, come again and again, and they see it like many times. And I just love that how they really get into this story. And since it's like teenage like story, like the parents would like tell their like daughter and like sons to come see with them actually. So as you told me, the audience is like the age difference like is really good. Like they all come and see it, and they all enjoy it.
Like the sun each day sees time and takes it.
Okay, my last question was, what was your first step to approaching the character? So like, did you go and watch the anime or like manga? Did you go and like look at the source material, or did you sort of build it on your own and want to make like your own original take on stuff?
Well, my opinion to, you know, approach to the character, I think it is really good way to, you know the character, or like in books or movie or like manga, whatever. I think it's really good to, you know the character first, like to, and so I did watch manga and also the movie to see how Tsubaki is before I saw the like lyrics and like lines. I the score. And so in order to, you know, play better Tsubaki my way, I saw everything that is like, you know, and get a lot of information about her personality and how she shows on stage. Or so I had to learn and like, you know, and study about her to become more her. So that's how I approach to the character. And then I kind of, you know, bond my Tsubaki to like into like myself as well, to, you know, to know her feelings more, and to know how she reacts or acts like to the other people. I kind of like bond myself into it, if you know what I mean. Yeah. That's how I become Tsubaki.
I love that.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, when I first heard about it, I went to watch the anime, and I think that just really helped sort of build a solid foundation about the character for me. Like what you said, like sort of informing me like the facts about her, right? Like there are certain things that the original writers sort of made very iconic about this character. And so I knew that I had to incorporate that into my interpretation of the character, or else like there are so many fans that really love these characters already from before, and you need to be able to match their expectations about the character. So yeah, I did that first, and then like you said, it was sort of the process of like in rehearsals, like trying things and playing with things and finding the detail in who she is by filling out like my own sort of inferences on her. So I think it was interesting that after I sort of watched the anime and read a little bit of the manga, I was able to make like broad strokes about her, and then it was my work to sort of like make all the little details about Tsubaki. Yeah, like you said, it's sort of just, I think it grows more and more every night. Like every time I do it, I feel like I'm a bit more her. Yeah, and it's interesting to sort of find that, like, just doing it and being like, oh, like today felt different, or I did this a little bit different, or I said this a bit different. Like, I think it's so fun to get to play. And then because so much of the show is the four of them, like, interacting with each other, it's interesting to watch it grow with each other as well. Like, it's really not an individual, other than Where's My Superhero, I think majority of the scenes are with other people. So it's always fun to get to like live in that with other people.
So I wanted to ask you, did you ever feel, or from the bottom of your heart, feel like jealous of Kaori, or just being them together, you know, on the stage or off the stage? I just wonder,
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, right, to get to play a character that's sort of the one that's like overlooked. I think because everybody's had that like experience of like being in love with somebody that maybe it like doesn't choose you back. And I think, like you said, when in your sort of like high school years, like you were quite like that, and I think I was quite like that when I was younger as well. So I have those like experiences sort of in my day-to-day life, and like luckily Mia, who plays Kaori in our production, is just like the loveliest girl ever, and we share a dressing room and we're very, very close. And because we're sort of in the same like life stage, we've grown to have a friendship that is like so blossoming. Like we've been there for each other all like every step of the way. So I'm like so grateful to have her. But on stage it's definitely really interesting because, you know, so much of the show surrounds them. And it can be hard, I think, to build a relationship with Kosei without like infringing on the work that they're doing, if that makes sense, because so many of their scenes are together, right? And like I really want to be a part of like building that world, but it's also a lot of individual work, I think. Like you kind of have to show Tsubaki's journey by yourself without like the help of like, I mean, obviously their relationship is shown on stage between like Kosei and Tsubaki, but there's less of that than there is between the two of them. I think it was really interesting as well when I was building the character that I didn't necessarily want to make it about being jealous of Kaori, but more just like coming from a place of having an unfulfilled want for Kosei's attention. And it, I mean, obviously there are moments in the show where I think Tsubaki would go through that process of like comparing herself to Kaori. I'm not sure how it's done in your production, but like in Where's My Superhero over here, one of the turning points of the song is that like Tsubaki sees Kosei and Kaori together, and that's the moment where she's like, oh, I'm no longer like his person anymore because now she's come into the picture. But even then, I still have to try and fight the instinct to like be jealous, because I think it serves the story better if it's more about her relationship with Kosei rather than her relationship versus Kaori, if that makes sense.
The world is still till music wakes it. 용기를 냈다 한 번뿐이야.
Oh, well, I love talking to you and knowing about you, really, and it's really like like exciting to know that we're playing Tsubaki like simultaneously in West End and Seoul. And I actually feel very proud about it, like, you know, doing Your Lie in April, like in this season. I love it. And it's playing in London, West End, and also Seoul at the same time. So please come watch it and like enjoy your life and your stage.
Come see both. See both and tell us what you think.
See both of it and see the difference. And thank you for watching, like, What's on Stage.
Thank you. It was so nice chatting with you. I've had such a great time.
Me too.
We'll talk more.
Yes, on Instagram.
Bye.
Bye.
The West End production of Your Lie in April continues here at the Harold Pinter Theatre through to the 21st of September 2024. And as always, you can leave your thoughts about the show in the comments section down below. But please, for the love of all things manga, keep it kind. Give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and ring that bell for notifications. And I'll see you next time for What's on Stage.
I want to. Oh,
Members will accompany the stage level 4, the stage level 4. Thank you.
sorry.
Sure.
I am actually at the theater.